May the world explode.
Hello, everybody. This is Living Word of Darkness, changing and dreaming the new hope, the shit pit of you. In our scene today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something weird. Three wilders are having a plan to do something, and that's how we begin our scene.
Well, just because nobody really planned this very well, I'm gonna say that we agreed to meet someplace as long as you guys are good. There's a library that Donna works at, and she would have given the address to meet her there because why not?
hmm Um, Eric would have arrived on time. But I guess he would have brought stuff to kind of go traveling, especially like wear some she plate or she armor, I think, or whatever he's using.
Female, female.
It's pretty light, so never mind. Um, so yeah, he would probably dress in that at least, and dress, dress to fight just because we'll be going into No Cathane lands, and considering how things went the last time, I mean, he's not the best fighter, but I mean, he'd rather try to swing and die than like just get mauled. Um, so yeah, but yeah, he'll meet up with Donna, I guess, after they decide when they're exactly going to go, and meet her at the place where she said to meet her at.
Yeah, it's a library. When you walk in, you know what I mean. It's a library. You can walk right in, so it's fine. But yeah, she'd be sitting like at one of the tables off to the side. She has like her backpack full of her stuff. You can see she's actually wearing um, something of armor as well. It's the armor that was given to her.
hmm
But she's wearing like a big shirt over it, so it doesn't necessarily show the big queen symbol on it.
hmm
And but you never know. It might not be such a good thing to have that showing all the time.
hmm
Um, and instead of like one owl, as you have seen before, there are two owls flitting about. Well, they're not doing anything, just kind of flying around or perching on one of the perches off to the side. But there's Rowlet, and then there's another snowy owl that's also there, and she's basically reading some book. She's always reading something, though. There's two or three off to the side.
um, Eric will approach and kind of um, before he sits down, he kind of looks Donna over for a minute. Um, as my phone rings, hold on, I'm sorry.
Apparently, it's a very competitive lookover based on the music.
Well, he's doing that, unless he's back now. Is he back?
I don't think so.
Wait, you
What-
guys
what-
were asking me questions? I'm sorry. I was
No,
like,
no,
no.
I was watching video. I'm
No.
sorry.
No.
Well-
We're still entrancing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, while Vaughn's on the phone, I'll go ahead and have Locke enter. He's not wearing armor. He's wearing a poncho, and under his poncho are very fashionable clothes. Not like a suit, but just trendy. And he's got a sword at his side, and no chimera whatsoever. His hair is just lovely. It is as pictured, kind of brushed off to side. He's got kind of an undercut looking thing going on, but with slightly longer hair. He looks fantastic, but not to fight. He does not look like yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you walk in, and we'll just kind of tentatively say that Nadji hasn't quite shown up yet because. And yeah, you see pretty much what I described before. She's not hard to see, guys. There are a lot of owls around, and it's a really short girl with blonde hair, that looks kind of feathery. And she's just reading a book. She's not really focusing on who's coming in. She's assuming someone will say something to her.
Sorry, it sounded like Amachon was going to say something, but yeah, no, he he walks in and just kind of does it. I heard there was going to be some sort of adventure today.
She jumps because she obviously wasn't paying attention like she should have been. You can see that, not jump like literally jump, but you know that where you sort of see someone jerk back kind of jump.
Like a beep.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. There's someone there. And yeah, she just kind of. This is gonna one of those fun moments. She will. Her head turns all the way around on her head, like the neck turns all the way around, like an owl can do. Because she's not really. She's in a safe place to just be herself. And so it's.
So her
really
head does
awkward.
a 180?
Yeah, she can do that. She has the merit as an owl. Yeah, so yeah, so she kind of blinks and sort of turns around, but not her whole body, just her head, and kind of looks at him for a second, and then kind of sort of blinks to shake herself out of the. I was just thinking about this history I was reading. Look, and she'll be like, "Hi, have a seat," and she'll, obviously back because, as he moves, her eyes follow him.
Charming.
What is?
That fun little thing you can do with your neck.
She kind of squints at him. You mean the very ordinary thing that all owls can do?
Owls, yes.
And she kind of holds out her arms. Just kind of like, because, her hair is kind of feathery. Her nose is probably a little bit sharper. She does have a certain bird look to her, And the eyes, she has those golden eyes of an owl. And there's like 2 owls in the room. So she's just kind of holding her arms out like, so I'm not an owl?
You're enough people-like for that to be upsetting.
But we're all Fae here. We're all weird.
You're not wrong. It still bothers me. I say that with love.
Oh, you love me now. That's sweet. What? I don't understand you. But I suppose that's how you like it.
It's fine. In any case, adventure.
Yes. I think there should be somebody else coming. And trust me, there might be times I might be actually pretty happy that I have that lovely little trick.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of looks at him for a moment. But just as a sort of a quick rundown till Neji gets here. We may or may not have run into some Fae. I mean, they are Fae. They're just not us Fae. In the No-Kithane land. During the raid a while back. The one, well, really just one. But we met him, and he spoke he was clearly some sort of barbarian, savage, I don't know, but he had like the features of a boar, but he was like humanoid-ish. And he spoke some English, like broken English. And he said that he was a Fuoth, and that there are more like him. And I think we're believing that we might be able to either potentially get help on the Thalain situation from them, because they said they also hate the Thalain. But for me, I was kind of thinking that we can totally try to get more information on the Chimera problem. Since they live there, maybe they can help with what the problem is.
See. Forgive me, I'm a little out of the loop in regards to a Chimera problem. Though I have heard plenty of whispers about Thalain problems.
She nods. Well, Queens is on the border. It's on the border of what we refer to as no Cathay land. Because, the Chimera treat us extremely well in that area. In fact, they never ever attack us or try to kill us if we go near them. So I'm trying to find out why, so maybe it can be resolved. The problem, it appears, is that because the Chimera attack us, we won't go in there, and thus apparently Thalain and other types of things have started to move in there. Now, these Fuoths seem to be decent enough, at least the one we met. And he offered to take us to meet some more. But you can see why having Chimera that automatically attack us isn't really the best thing.
Of course.
It makes Queens into a bit of a war zone because Baron Alexander is always having to defend it.
So the goal for this is to meet these barbarians and to make friends with them.
Or at least stay friendly so we can get information. This is not a sanctioned thing from our lovely government, though. So be aware if you come. They offer no protection if we go in.
That's fine. I have you and... Well, I suppose you'd call him a brother or a cousin. Strapping people to watch over the journey.
I am the most strapping of people, as she nods very solemnly.
Sorry, I'm back. Sorry, that was a long phone call.
It's okay.
Did Locke ever give his real name to Najee or Eric? I don't remember.
Pretty sure he did.
Okay. How did you how did you enter the scene? If you don't mind me asking, did you just show up in the library already, or?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What were they talking about? Sorry, I tried to get caught up.
It's okay. You can just say you walked in right then, basically.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because we just kind of put you on pause slightly outside the door.
Okay,
since
cool.
you disappeared. Yeah.
Okay. Eric will walk in at that time. Already kind of like dressed in his typical armor and stuff seen before. Though not as not as apparent as before. Much like Dona. He has like some cloth or some kind of clothing or fabric, kind of draped over it a little bit. And sword on his side and like a shield on his back and stuff. And he just walks in and um, just notices like the extra eyes on him. Like he doesn't notice it like he sees it, but like he's like you just have that feeling, and he just kind of looks to you both and just says, "Ah, good day. I didn't know that you were inviting Locke here."
He seemed to want an adventure.
Always looking to see new things.
No, Caveland is
It seems to
honestly
be
rather brutal sometimes.
well, it's definitely the pain of youth, isn't it? The curiosity tends to get to us. There's nothing wrong with that, and the more the merrier, considering where we're going. You told him where we're going, right?
Absolutely not. I would never tell him anything like the fact that we're going to a place where we can be expecting no help.
Ah, good. Well, like she said, we don't expect any help. um, yeah, this place is honestly just very brutal. Uh,
Our best
uh,
bet is to sneak through as quietly as possible.
yeah, I might as well just walk down into the forest, right into North Cathanelands, and just start banging my sword on my shield, because the last time we tried that, um, stuck out like a sore thumb. But yeah, we should definitely be as quick and as quiet as possible, like Dona said.
Of course.
Anyways, I'm glad that you're here, though.
Why, are you saying I can't defend both of you?
Oh, I'm sure you could, fight circles around us and anybody that approaches us. I just, just the more the merrier, I guess.
She kind of looks down and, kind of looks down at the crossbow that is sitting next to her, and she's like, yes, I can fight everybody off with my crossbow.
You know what? You
And
should really learn to control that crossbow bolt with like a whistle or something. I seen it in a movie. I should show it to you sometime.
because everything we see in movies is real.
Mm-hmm. If it's gonna work, it could work here. At least in the dreaming, I would think. Anyways. Anyways. But yeah. I'm sure you probably did a lot more looking into this than I did regarding the uh Fuath, right? Is that what he said?
No, of course he didn't say that. And me, research, come on. I never research.
Hmm. Well,
It's a waste of my time. I am better than that.
well, this is gonna be interesting. Because yeah, I have not had any time to really look into any of this like I said I wanted to.
Well, it
So it
sounds
was
like you have a priority problem.
yeah, well, considering I was doing things that Baron asked me to do, uh some things you know, seem to take priority over, personal wants and desires. So
Well, in my case, I have done absolutely no research here, and in fact, I have gotten access to the library at Terranar as well. So,
oh Jesus. Wow.
however, I have come across some information. Um, these Fuath are part of a bigger group called the Denizens. And apparently they came to be because long, long, long time ago, like a year ago, we were like all the same thing. We were all Fae,
Mm-hmm.
but they chose to stay in the dreaming and adapt to that. And we changelings came out and we, adapted to this world, taking on the bodies of men. Well, women or, people. Bodies of people. So that we are better adapted to be out here, and they are better adapted to be in here. And also, that kind of means that they are much more behind the times. They're probably more feral, maybe not feral, primal? Primal's a good
Hmm.
one. The Fuwath are just one kind of them, though. And I'm guessing there's more, but these Fuwaths are obviously connected to animals. They're the least human of them. Another word for them is darkkin, so if you hear that, that's also them.
Okay.
This is for the denizens.
That's a big distinction from, like, shadow people. Or whatever the Thalain call themselves.
Yes, I mean, it doesn't sound like a big difference.
It doesn't, but the smallness of the very small distinction makes a big difference here.
Keep that in mind. There's also a couple of other kinds that I have learned about, and there's probably more, but that's all that I was able to find so far. I'm still looking. There's one kind called the furbolg. They seem to be connected to, I don't know, deer. They have antlers, and they're apparently like the nobles of the denizens. So if we meet one of the ones with antlers, treat them with respect. Or just be a complete jerk. That makes perfect sense too.
I wonder if they'll like Jaeger bombs.
Drink some Jaeger and find out. Don't forget. And the other kind are something called the Ionides. And they are extremely beautiful. They're elegant, but somehow they're also cavemen and absolutely the most civilized.
This seems like a very interesting contradiction.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I thought it made perfect sense.
Beautiful cavemen?
Exactly.
Ooh, okay. Well, that's the dreaming for you. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and the only other thing I found out is that apparently they can come into the gray world, but it hurts. It hurts them. They have to take over a dreamer's body.
Okay.
So that's the extent of what I've learned on them. I have been studying places in the dreaming, so maybe there is potential that I might be able to help, depending on where we end up. But
nothing on the forest god at all.
Yeah, I found books and books and books and an entire section on him, which all amounted to nothing.
I guess I was just looking for a little insight, considering, like, he made us feel his wrath last time. So,
Yeah. I totally saw him up close and personal, and it was kind of scary. Nothing like running away from all of his birds.
Well, hopefully we can make this a rather good trip, a very productive one, and hopefully come back with some interesting information that maybe we might be able to use against the the lane or whatever, or maybe make some alliances here or there. I don't know. Honestly, I just want to go because I'm curious. So, just.
Well, you did, you were part of the original deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can go, but we're gonna have to be super careful. And make sure that we have plenty of food, because it's probably best if nobody's wandering off to try to hunt.
Yeah, I brought all the stuff from Turkey called pede in this bag here. Should be good.
That sounds
Doesn't-
delicious.
Hmm. So yeah, nobody will have to hunt.
It's okay. I brought cold cricket pizza.
uh,
With respect, I think I'll keep to this P-Day.
Did you bring any food and stuff? Because if not, we should probably stop and get some before we go.
Oh, yes, P-Day.
hmm
This is going to be an all-P-day journey.
hmm
You're
I
saying
hope
you
there's
only have
also
P-Day for one day.
All P-Day all the time. No shit P-Day here.
Well, I am going to bring my friend, as she gestures to the two owls.
Well, that answers why I felt like I was being watched extra hard.
Do you think they like you?
I mean, I don't think they dislike me, but I mean, they are creatures that, are, heavily focused on like movement and stuff, and I don't think I've ever met this second friend of yours. This new
Oh,
one.
actually, you probably have. You just didn't realize you had.
How long have you? What's his or her name?
Well, his name is Hedwig, and you probably met him in a book.
About an angry inch.
Wrong book.
I feel like I'm missing something here. Oh, see.
Or a movie?
What is it?
Perhaps in a movie involving a young wizard and round glasses and a scar on his forehead?
Okay, I was gonna go with Harry Potter, OC, but I wasn't sure. I have only ever seen like the first 3 or 4 movies, so I'm still catching up on the rest of them.
No, it's fine. This is actually all in character, so it's fine.
Okay.
And she'll hold up her arm, and both of the birds will come flying over and land on her shoulders. And if anyone's seen, read it or seen it, it is Hedwig. It's a snowy owl, just like described in the books, and you see it in the movie. So there may or may not have been a little bit of an adventure, but he's a fantastic messenger.
Well, that's good. Well, in case something happens to us, he can let everybody know that we went into no Denizens and got killed.
There's also potential that he might be able to help us find our way out if we get lost.
That is a good idea too. Man, I am woefully unprepared for this trip. I really need to learn how to survive better in the field. Oh man. Okay. We can do it. We can do it. I have the most faith in us. The utmost faith. Utmost faith? Faith. Excuse me.
I have faith in us. Hmm.
Or as Death would say, the utmost confidence.
In any
Hogfather?
case,
Yeah? Yeah? Okay.
It's adventure.
So do we all have like fairly standard things like, like a tent or some, at least basic things, like a set of, what I mean, basic things, because we're probably gonna have to try to sleep at least a little. We don't know how far we're going.
I
Well, actually, no, he said 5 days.
bought a traveler's pack. So it comes with like a tent and a roll out bed type of thing, and rations and a water skin, all that stuff.
She's just gonna kind of ponder this. She has survival too, so she's gonna kind of consider, like she definitely has like matches and like stuff like that, so that would a flashlight work in the dreaming? Probably not. So maybe not a flashlight, but has some sort of lantern or something. But she probably wouldn't have thought of it because she has night sight. So you guys, hopefully, she'll ask if you guys have some way of lighting your way in the dark.
I have these torches.
Anyone has common sense?
I do.
Common sense. Torches would make sure those who are looking for people would see where you are.
It's really go ahead.
Well, torches might be a bad idea. Maybe like a hooded lantern might be a better idea.
Well, then perhaps we should stop and you could look into getting a couple. I mean, unless you all want to hold hands in the dark as I tug you the right direction. I can see in the dark.
That sounds like a fun gamble.
I can also see in the dark.
Wow, well, fuck me,
good.
right?
Well, then we can all hold hands. That'll be beautiful.
I guess I'll just have to get me a damn lantern then. I'll get me something appropriate before we go.
All right. Well, then let's go pick up what we need and leave any notes that are appropriate. I'm just going to have a note for Emmerich on her bed, just in case she doesn't show back up in an appropriate amount of time.
How long did it say the trip was going to take? Like 5 days?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay.
Did he said 5 days? Did I say 5?
Yeah, he did. You did, but it could if you want. We don't care.
Christy, we can't hear you for some reason, by the way. Like you're cutting out all the time. Are you using your microphone? Okay, Christy, you were fast.
Yeah, Locke will leave a note with a certain guild.
Is it any better?
I think like you're not using your microphone. You're using like computer's microphone.
I'll check, but that doesn't seem likely.
Either way, it sounds
Nope.
much better now.
Yeah,
it sounds much better now.
Your quality
that's good.
changed.
Okay, good. Yeah, because it says I'm using it's telling me that I'm using the one on my headset. So
Okay. What kind of lantern you want to have, Najee?
Like a hooded lantern. That way it doesn't.
it doesn't glow as far.
Yeah, it doesn't glow as far as like a torch would, or whatever. Something like that.
We literally can do the as a guiding you thing until it's absolutely necessary for you to get light.
You can rent a lantern made by a knocker.
Mm-hmm.
Like this knocker is like, I'm not selling this shit. No.
Well, do you have goggles that may let me see it in the dark?
I got, but those are expensive as hell. You got some pita for it?
Oh yeah, I got a whole sack of pita for it.
Is it like shit pita or good pita?
Oh man, this is the best pita. Like,
okay, give me the pita and one dross, and this shit is like yours for like 1 week.
Bet. And then yeah, he hands over the dross and some pita.
You give the pita and like the dross. He's like he numbs the pita and takes the dross and like gives you the goggles.
Apparently, we found the one and only Turkish boggin in.
No, the knocker, but
knocker.
The knocker says like, if it's go too dark, just hit it at the right. It will fix itself.
Hit it at the right. Okay.
Yeah, hit it at the right, like slap, and then it will be back.
Okay. He just gives a thumbs
but
up.
Not one slap, 2 slap.
Not 1, 2 slap.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Exactly. Like,
okay.
Show me how you do it, because if you don't show me how you do it, you might like have some problems in the future about like talking shit about me, saying like I sell wrong stuff. So,
are you just trying to make me slap myself? Like,
no, this shit is real.
Can I do it? Can I do it for him?
He just kind of like lowers his head to let Dona do it. Now, don't do it too hard now, because this face is precious. Like,
Along with my goggles. My goggles are also precious. Don't hit it too hard.
Me? I don't hurt anybody. I am the smallest, most delicate flower.
mm-hmm. Come on, flower child.
No, she'll do exactly what he says. She's not going to apply any extra pressure. It's just funny.
It works. It like it has the mechanism when you like put a slap. It's just like, you know how the cars like kind of washes in front of them,
Mm-hmm.
like when there's a rain. That shit happens, and like you see it better now. You see better.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. It works. I see it. I see what we had to do there.
Okay.
And I get to smack you. That's fun.
You guys are ready to enter to this realm. If you guys are ready to enter this realm.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah. I would have let the Baron know I was going to be on, handle personal business, and yeah. And Marin too. We'll let her know handling personal business will be out of pocket or out of communicado for a couple of days, probably.
The Maven will say use condoms.
Not that
Which
kind
leads-
of
That also leads to the question of like, which one of us he's actually interested in.
Both? Doesn't care.
Well then,
Let's all go have fun in the woods. Get naked and chase each other.
Jesus.
Now we're partying like satyrs.
Wow.
So the Milktain Land is a weird place. For entering the Milktain Land, there's like the doors are not watched because they're watching the attacks from Chimera. A lot of people knows what are the trods which leads to Milktain Land, and like there's not usually people who comes off from those trods, so the queens make sure the other locations of importance are watched. It's not hard for you guys to find a trot and enter to the Nooktain land. They're forced, but doesn't have a representation in any way in the real world. Is exist here. The trees are long. The voices of animals are around you. It is always strange to be here. There's this feeling of something like it's uncomfortable to be around here. There is weirdly there is no path. Like the silver path looks weird here as well for some dumb reason. Nobody knows. You guys have, all of you have your night sights, and there are voices of wolves howling. There are crows, few of them, not a lot, watching the moves that you guys do. Some chimera runs away from you while you guys see it bear at a distance and be like, nope, nope, nope. Or if you guys want to be like YOLO solo, it's also the wildlife is strange. but it also has a beauty in it for some strange reason. The for a tree person to walk and move in a place that is has a lot of voice of wildlife already, it is easy to be unnoticed. But can everyone roll me perception, uh, alertness, or survival to caught some stuff?
I think it's the same dice for me on either one.
You said a perception. What was it again?
Alertness or survival?
Okay. Is it site based?
It is indeed site based.
Okay.
It's so funny. Both of us have perception-based characters.
Mm-hmm. And what'd you say the diff was? Standard? Or?
It is going to be standard, but if you have like merits, it will be reduced, of course.
I got 3. We'll say it was survival, because why not?
I got all 5. I didn't even need the reduced diff. Just
Okay.
The she winning.
Like the winner game.
We're going to start combat, and those are all going to be 2s.
What is Najee is doing? Is he also checking?
He keeps us. I guess he just tries to rely more on like his senses because he doesn't really have any like survival training, so he kind of just keeps an ear out or an eye out, for anything strange, and so he got 3 successes.
Okay.
What was the diff? I'm sorry.
Diff is 6.
Oh, okay, yeah, then he has 3 successes.
The Najee and Donna. There were movements here. The footsteps. There were footsteps over footsteps. It looks strange because probably there was a rain and the land now leaves marks. But Locke, you find something more different than the others. You find those footsteps, but you also find a leaf that is being crushed. It's so heavily crushed that it makes you think that it's probably an armor. When you check more, it looks like there were 10 people here that moving around. One of them is writing something. You don't know what.
So, like, animal prints?
One of them was animal. The others were normal.
Okay. Locke will point that out.
That?
Sorry.
Are these prints? I don't know. That's what I'm seeing here?
I don't see any prints.
Oh.
Fucking Puka.
God, Pukas. God damn it.
Yeah.
Donna, can you roll me intelligence alertness, please?
Me?
No, Juan.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you said.
I said Donna. I said Donna.
Oh, you said.
Yeah, I said Donna. Then I said Donna, and then like
you Puka us.
I also Puka'd her.
Except that you're not actually a puka.
Who do you want to roll? Me?
I want Christy. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You said what was it? Perception what? Or intelligence?
Alertness.
Okay. I got a couple of 9s.
You remember some guys with some individuals in a fortress.
Yeah, they were Thalain, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking anyways. she just kind of looks and she's just going to be like, and I definitely don't think it was possibly Feline. So totally, let's just keep an eye out for now. Maybe an ear. An ear might be good to keep out too.
Well, if there's anyone whose sense of hearing that I trust the most, it is someone with their head on a swivel.
Like an owl.
Just like one.
All of the owls cock their heads towards him.
Oh, you speak English. Lovely.
I mean, I do. And of course, since they're owls, they totally speak all the English. Of course, if you talk to Rowlet, it might just be one word of English. The word Rowlet.
Rowlet? Okay.
And what she's going to do is she's going to look at her two owls and just be like, lean in to speak with them and ask them to just fly up and kind of look over their area, see if they can see any signs of people movement or anything like that. Just nearby them. She's not going to send them real far out, but just near them.
Roll me manipulation animal can for Hedwig. Because Rowlet does understand what you say. Hedwig is more weird.
Okay.
Rowlet knows that move.
Rowlet and I have been buddies for a long time. Hedwig is still new getting to know me. I understand. Manipulation and animal cans. I'm trying to find my animal can because I do have it. Aha. It's not my strongest suit, but here we go. I got one.
Okay. He kind of understands what you say, or it kind of understands what you say. They both start flying.
Give them a couple minutes. They'll come back. They're just going to see if anybody's actually near here.
While they're waiting, just I'd like to assume, if it's all right with you, Amachan, that like over the course of this trip, Locke has like spent some time just kind of sketching in like a notebook, like an artist's sketchbook.
Completely.
And he just returns to that while they're waiting.
When you guys the both owl returns and Rowlet says, Rowlet.
Donna just goes, okay. 1 Rowlet for yes, 2 for no. Okay?
Rowlet.
Maybe? Really? and she just
That's so villainous.
It's a Puka Chimera, can you tell?
Yeah, it's a Puka Chimera. And Rowlet like kind of smiles and like cocks his head and like says, Rowlet.
She just shakes her head at Rowlet. She's just like, okay, did you see anything big or important near us?
Rowlet.
Which direction? Is it this way? As she points.
Rowlet.
Is it scary?
Rowlet.
Is it big as a tree?
Rowlet.
Smaller than a tree?
Rowlet.
Was it a bear?
Rowlet.
Okay, guys. Well, there's something over there.
Was it Rowlet part of the? Wasn't Rowlet there when we were here the last time?
Yeah.
Did it look like Rowlet? Did it look like one of the creatures from the last time We were here.
Rowlet looks at Eric and says, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And they're like,
You fucking think you can talk to me?
Rowlet says, like, Rowlet. I don't know, like, you asked, like, did they look like the creatures that you fought, right?
No, the creatures that we saw before.
The ones that attacked us.
Yeah. Rowlet.
Got it.
Rowlet was angry when he says, like, we were attacked because, you know, like, the people who fed him got attacked. He's like, motherfuckers.
Yeah, but he sounds angry. She's just gonna kind of like, you know, put her arm out so he can come up close, and she's gonna kind of try to calm him, you know, with her head on her hand on his head.
I know, make him feel better.
Do you have a Scooby snack?
Pity.
Rowlet starts eating the pita.
Pita. Excuse me. Yeah. Everybody likes pita.
Well,
anyways.
Is that the way we needed to go to get to the meeting spot?
You guys kind of need to change the direction a bit to make sure that you guys like are not jumped.
Okay. So she's going to look at those two and just be like, I really don't think the best method here would be for me to fly like the direction we're going, and then if I see anything, absolutely just stay away and not tell you.
Well,
because that doesn't work for us, does it, Naji?
I'm sorry. Is she speaking like Puka on this? I'm so confused right now.
But I mean, I can't answer that because
I know. Well, considering that this looks rather like a beaten path, I think we should probably change directions. Like maybe alter our path and get off something maybe of our own. And if you could actually fly, Dona, that would be great.
I don't know how to fly. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I hope you do it anyways, because that would be a great help, you know? Like, God damn it, Amachan.
Rowlet needs to have a small fucking gun.
But, I mean...
With a top hat, too.
But it'll be easier for you to let us know that, you know, we're not crossing paths with wherever the Flame are.
Right. So I'll just fly ahead. You guys will work sort of around, and I will check in, at least fly over like every 15 minutes or so, if I don't have to come back.
Sounds good to me.
Birds are coming with me. This is my parliament.
Oh.
Hopefully you could adjust and become a murder.
I'm offended. Do I look like a crow to you?
Kind of looks down, looks back up. Maybe on a bed.
She gives him a very mocking sort of miffed look. It's she's playing.
Yeah, he says maybe on a bad day. Sorry, I cut out.
Yeah,
well.
so
Naji just kind of laughs.
He gets it.
And she's going to go behind a tree to shift. Although, since she would have a backpack on, she's probably going to have to actually take off her backpack first. And, like, offer it to one of those two guys to take.
Yeah, Naji will take it.
Yeah. And she'll then go behind the tree and shift. And she'll just kind of wait until she sees what direction they're going and sort of fly ahead with the other two birds, who she can now communicate with through via body language or whatever way it is that owls can do, that they're flying this way, follow me.
You lead the owls, and then you see one of the I'm gonna actually roll me perception alertness because you do scout ahead.
Wow. 1.
It's not hard to miss because there is they are one of them are riding a raptor, and they have armor. The Tulane that you saw around the castle are looking for the area, and the plan was good to change the direction. Now you guys are going away directions from each other, but there's still a few days for you guys to arrive, at least dreaming days.
Well, she's not thinking about the time frames of the situation at this point. She's just trying to make sure that they're on a safe path, and they are. So she'll do as she said and kind of fly ahead and then make sure she flies over above them every 15 minutes or so.
Okay. You guys stay away from the Tulane group, as far as I understand.
Mm-hmm.
After some time, there are no Tulane group anymore. They're not going around or anything like that. And then you guys arrive at the place of the meeting. 5 days of journey near the river. You guys see someone hitting fishes to the rocks and singing a song.
What was his name again?
Duncan.
Duncan, that's right.
Dono's going to fly down and shift back to her normal form. But she'll do it right in front of it, where he can see, that she's landing, and then go behind a tree.
You see he reaches towards his axe and then he drops it. He's huh, okay. We.
Well, the mechanical wing might also be a tell that this is not an ordinary owl.
Mm-hmm. He kind of gets up slowly and then sees 2 she approaching. Are they approaching sneaky or approaching hands up, or how are you guys approaching?
Just hands kind of up at the kind of chest high,
Mm-hmm.
just so he sees that we have nothing on us, at least blatantly, anyways. You know what I mean? No sword and shield in hand.
Yeah. The friend you brought friends.
Him? Oh no, he's not a friend.
Why?
He's my worst enemy. As she sort of grins she just grins up at this rather large boar thing.
You lie again.
I don't lie. I would never lie. Hi, Duncan.
Hi. I am Duncan. It's this guy looks at Locke. Duncan of Warsaw.
Sorry, at that point he says charmed. He wouldn't interrupt. He's a dick, but he's not that much of a dick.
B.
How you been, Duncan?
Killed 2 more Tulane. Happy.
That's great.
Good job.
Say hi to my friends as he pulls a skull of a Tulane.
Whoa, that's a bit macabre, buddy.
I named him Dead Guy.
Very descriptive, Duncan.
But very on point, though.
Yes. Would you now? Would you? No, not would you. What
Would we
was it?
what?
Shh. He's thinking when he says shh. And then he says well, should we go near tribe? Warsong. Home.
We would like that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then he looks at the third person who didn't say yes.
I would be delighted.
Did you guys brought gifts for the chief?
Oh yes.
What is the gift?
Peta. Pete.
He's like, you guys had that shit as well? No, he's not like, what is Peter?
He pulls out a pita and hands it to him.
And he like checks this, like smells. This doesn't have meat. Bad gift. Sorry.
Oh
Hold on.
man.
Give me 2 seconds, OC. I'm going to look at her what's in her pockets and see if anything actually works here.
You guys are she. The gift is important. Leader. Tribute.
Dona's gonna pick through her pockets, and she is going to pull out 2 things. She's gonna pull out a container of multicolored glitter. Yes, this is actually in her blue book. And she's going to pull out like a box of good English tea. And she'll be like, would these work?
2 gifts. 3 changelings.
Right.
I didn't know I had to bring a gift. Shit.
Yeah, she'll just look at. She's going to kind of nudge. Oh God. Losing names here. Luck. That's my brain for you today. And she'll be like, maybe you could draw a picture of him. I saw you were drawing.
He got to it before I could offer it.
Sorry. And she kind of looks sheepish.
Better to put the idea out there than not at all. But yeah, sorry about that. Go ahead, Lot.
Right. If we were to have an audience, unfortunately, I've never seen the man, but I'd more than gladly paint a picture of him.
Oh, he would like that. It's like a statue.
That you can hang on your wall.
Yeah.
I think this guy would be impressed by post-it notes. But anyways.
Please follow me.
Thank you, Duncan.
Thank you for what?
For leading us. We expect you to be the best leader.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, is there anything we need to know about your tribe before we go in? Other than, like, things similar, like, to the gifts that we needed to bring?
Don't, like, respect and help if there's war. He's like, yeah, that's it.
Did he say help if there's more?
Like, help
War.
if there's war.
Respect them and help them if there's a war.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Fair enough. Sounds good to me.
I will lead. No. She should lead. He looks like both of the she.
Dona also looks at both of the sheep because this is kind of funny.
He told her Donna should lead?
No,
No.
she should lead.
Oh.
Not she, Dona.
Oh.
Okay. Got me there too.
The leader dreaming.
We must hope.
He looks over at Eric and nods.
Eric just kind of gives a simple, like, kind of like shrug and then nod, and then kind of just walks forward.
You walk forward with this guy. After like 3 more hours of spending time, this is what you guys find yourself. a small, very very old looking village. They maybe like cut trees and shaped stones to build buildings. There are like individuals in weird shapes and size. Like Donna mentioned, there was this like snake woman. It's like a snake and a woman that has like fangs and like claws. Weird. It like Duncan come to like uh goes near that woman and like punches her in the shoulder like slow punch, and then they uh they everyone like looks at you. There are people with like very ugly people. Some are very beautiful. The the one of the very beautiful individuals is like also has horns, but like there's just like weird beautiful like there's some weird beauty about her, and she is actually um, creating things out of clay.
Hmm.
Um, the you guys see there is a statue made by clay of the forest god,
Hmm.
and this is the beautiful lady, by the way. There is a statue of the forest god, and like they seem to be like paying a lot of respects. They drop like skulls uh, of chimera, maybe few weirdness. Like, oh, is that Tulane or is that a human? Well, not sure, but there are weird skulls, and like skull of a human. One of them was a skull of a human. The You guys lead towards the big tree yet behind, and this is the big tree. It's very beautiful and very nice. There's lights around it, but the tree was the first thing you saw. Um, but the next thing you guys saw was this terrifying being. Has big horns, wings, full of muscle. Behind it, there's an axe, and he looks very like this guy is the head honcho of this motherfucking place. It's obvious. Like the way that the others respond, like look near, stand near him. This guy is there, and there's this person he there. They both looks expectant, and the Duncan kind of like goes forward. They don't like bow or anything. Duncan like puts his like weapon on the ground and says, "The the leader, the Varus, mighty Varus. This is the uh, the friends I have mentioned." And then like he turns and says like, "This is a she. This is another she. This is this is Puka. They fought with Talain like us." The individual like steps forward, this crazy looking beast, and it first looks at the she and looks at Eric. "I am Warwick, the leader of the Warsong tribe."
And he speaks English.
He does much more better than the Duncan.
You said Warwick?
Yes, Varric of the Warsong tribe. Um,
Yeah.
can you roll me your perception, Kenning, Eric, because you are the only one who can do it.
Yeah.
I looned stuff.
Oh shit. Mm,
Oh,
perception?
Perception, Kenning, yes.
One.
He has, yeah, he has naming on him. He has naming active on him to make him speak English.
Okay. He won't. He's not going to point that out because you don't want to point out some leader's weakness or something like that. That'd be kind of rude. Um. But he does note that he does have a cantrip active on him, and he just Eric. I guess he just speaks up and says, "I am Squire Eric Ap Ilun Eric Anafati Ap Iluded. I am with my friends here, Locke and Dona. Me and as Duncan said, me and Dona here have fought with the lane such time ago. And I want to thank you for your willingness to meet with us and spend time with us. And we brought you gifts.
Donna will step forward. Well, step forward at that point. She's holding like this. It's not just like a little thing of glitter. It's like a kind of a big thing of glitter. But yeah, this thing of like multicolored glitter in her hand, not open, and like this box of tea, which she will walk up and just close enough to be like, you know, not right in their face or anything, but enough to make it clear that she's holding it out as a gift.
Mm-hmm.
But and has one in each hand with their palms out.
The Duncan is like, drop it, Donna.
Rapid.
Rapid.
Drop it. Drop it.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, like, I don't have any rapid paper.
I was like, yeah, he likes to open things.
No, she'll set them down carefully, and as she steps back, she'll say, "This one is tea. It's like bits of flowers and trees that you can steep in water, and it tastes good. And this one is glitter. Don't open it unless you want it on your hand." And she'll step back.
The Duncan says like, tea is drinked before mating. That's what humans do.
Yeah, totally that kind of drink. That's exactly the kind of drink that is. As she blinks for a second, and then she's like, no, I mean, you can, but it's for when you want to talk, for when you want to talk politely to people.
Mm-hmm.
Talk politely.
Yeah, she kind of looks at Edgy when he starts talking a little bit. She's just kind of going to let him explain it a little better, because if you start asking, you know how it is with Donna, she knows that she says everything backwards.
It's a drink that you make with hot water that you could usually share with friends, and he kind of motions his hands back and forth between the different people. It's a polite thing to do or provide guests.
The one with this like weird skull as a staff and weird face says something that you guys don't understand what she says. The Varric nods and then says, the two gifts for tree. I understand, but the times are changing.
Donna just looks to Locke, because she's not going to present his thing.
Did Eric already present his thing, or did you want to go last?
He doesn't have a thing.
He doesn't have anything.
Oh, he's not going to do the PD. Oh, okay. Okay.
No,
Right.
he didn't want to offend him. If Duncan didn't like it, he wasn't gonna give it to the warrior guy.
Yeah,
that's
So
fair.
Donna gave 2 things, so that's 3 gifts total for 3 of us.
So yeah, Locke takes a single step forward and then brings his other foot to and he reaches into into like a pocket under his poncho and pulls out his sketchbook, and he turns it around to show just like a little sketch that he's been working on of like some of the landscape that they've been looking at in their travels in the few days journey it's been. And he says he says, "My lord, if you would permit me, I am an artist, and I would love the opportunity to gift you with a painting of yourself in all of your glory, to hang here, or wherever you wish."
I would welcome that gift. They should see the mighty Varric. Even after I'm dead. All our knighties will be jealous.
As
Donna
all leaders
brightens
should,
Sorry.
as all leaders should have before their subjects.
The times are changing.
What do you mean?
The dreaming. It's different than it was. We came here finding new lands. But we don't see changelings anymore. The Tulane is more. My changelings are gone. Why the Catane is gone.
May I?
No, the she is speaking.
Eric just cocks a brow at that, and then looks
Yeah.
to Donna, and then says, "You may go ahead, Donna."
She actually looks a little perturbed at this. She doesn't like being treated like that either. But she's trying to keep that to herself. And she will look at him and say, "Well, I'm pretty sure that I am absolutely not the one who did the research on most of this. But the reason that you don't see much of us, have you not noticed that the Chimera attack us on sight in this area?"
Why you let this chattering fool speak for you, she? I do not understand.
Because I have...
Go ahead if you want to finish what you were going to say.
No, it's okay. She said, because I'm the one who has the knowledge on the subject.
The fool speaks to me, continuing. I don't understand why. What happened to the she? Why they're not like what they used to be?
I can guarantee you that the she have not lost their place within the dreaming, Mr. Warsong, or my lord. It's just that it is true, as she says, she does have the most knowledge on the situation. And in order not to offend you with my ignorance, it is best that she speaks on what she knows of. in order to better communicate ideas and desires between our two groups. But make no mistake, the Shi have not lost their place.
Locke nods.
Jonah decides to let them think what they want.
Then continue. Oval. No, like he says, then continue, Puka. My patience is at end.
Well, sir, my name is Jonah. And yes, I'm a puka. And yeah, basically, the Chimera are attacking us. They attack us as soon as we come into the area. That's part of why we're here. We want to see if you have heard of anything or know of something that might cause such a thing.
He looks a bit different. Like he doesn't understand what's going on because like that's like 99% of like this conversation, him not understanding what's going on. And then he says like maybe it's because the things are changing and they don't like what's going on. Maybe dreaming doesn't like what is going on.
Sir, it's only in this area. It's not in every part. As you can see, as she kind of touches one of her owls, these are mine. And they're fine with me. That's because they're mine. Any of the other Chimera would attack us.
The woman says something again. Duncan says something. And then the Varric strange indeed. Why it's not attacking Tulane then? Your unseelie cousins.
Maybe they did something. Maybe they made a deal.
Actually, he doesn't say unseelie. I'm really
Oh,
sorry
okay.
for that.
Dark cousins or something?
Yeah, he says dark cousins.
Unfortunately, our knowledge on the Thalane is not as sufficient as it should be. There is still much regarding the whole situation between them and us that we're trying to figure out.
He looks at Locke because he was about to say something.
Oh, no.
Okay. Then he looks at the Donna.
I believe that if we can resolve the Chimera problem, that maybe that would resolve the Thalane problem, because then they wouldn't have a safe place to hang out. It would be better for your people, too, if they weren't all in one place.
It is I who will decide what is best for my people and not you.
Yes, sir.
His wings kind of gets opened as he like when she says yes sir, as he like yeah, like that moment of like yeah, know your place. That kind of like very weird but egoistical at the same time. Like it is weird, but like but yeah, it kind of was egoistical.
Yep, she just lets him have his moment. She doesn't care.
The more this lady speaks in weird language, and like this individual also joins, and like she is looking at the sketchbook of Locke with great interest, but she doesn't say anything. The You're welcomed in here. We will prepare a great feast for you. Not all my subjects knows how to speak, but I will cast the gifts to make them talk. So communication will be there.
That'll be more than accommodating. My lord, and we thank you for your hospitality and welcoming us strangers into your home.
He nods. The it is a great honor to have she and changelings here.
Hopefully, by the end of this will be what I would like to call maybe a collaboration in which we could, both use our heads and our combined knowledge to hopefully, help with the changing or the changing times that we are both plagued with, and hopefully bring back some parity to our respective worlds.
Nods. And then the one of the Talanes bring a deer. And the Varric pulls his great axe and the deer looks a bit scared, but then the Varric touches its head to calm it down, and then it cuts his head off in a very fast swing in a motion uh that the he gets the when the blood starts to spill, he marks the those who wishes to be marked starts putting blood into their hands or their face. Duncan puts it on his fucking face immediately. The lady just touches with finger. This lady also touches with her fingers, and one by one they all learn to speak English as that was their bunk. And the this individual with snake features says, "Hi, I am. This is new for me to speak with such strangers, but I am the oracle of. But I am the seer of the Warsong tribe."
Immediate interest from Dona.
And Najee will just return, "Hello."
Fucking.
The Moire has great deals with the kings of the old, the She.
What did you say? What? Who?
Kings of the old.
Oh,
The
but
She.
who beforehand? Well, what did she say beforehand? The
She
what?
said the moray.
We had Moray had deals with the kings of the old, the She.
The Moray?
Yes. This is how it's written. I'm gonna write it in the chat.
Well, that's Amore.
Jeez.
As I'm certain they did, and I hope to maybe live up to their reputations at least a little bit to hopefully bring about that same amount of respect.
The Moray nods. The Duncan kind of comes with the lady, and Duncan says, "So this is weird. I can speak better."
I apologize that you have to go through such pains to speak in, a tongue that we both understand, but it is greatly appreciated. Hopefully, you'll get used to it.
But you had to go to such trouble, as she offers a different word.
Yes, such trouble.
Ah, yeah. I understand. The my friend Longhorn here, she sacrificed her tongue so she can make better clays. But she says that she can now speak with hand gestures.
Oh, I can speak with hand gestures as well.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
the Longhorn kind of comes and like starts talking in the hand gestures and says that she's really interested in the drawings. This
Um,
is what looks like to be Aeonides. The one that Donna mentioned to you guys.
the Ananids, or however you
Yeah.
pronounce it.
Aeonides or whatever.
Yeah. These names are all weird. And I guess I'm pretty sure it's not like the traditional like hand signs, but Najee kind of like uses his knowledge to kind of pick up on what she's doing and kind of adopts her style in a sense to kind of, so I mean it's probably rough, but it's enough. And he just says, well, that's great. Um, he'll most likely he will be happy to show you more if you wish.
She
And
nods with a smile.
and Naj or Eric will look to Locke and just say she's very interested in your drawings and would like you to show her more.
Yeah, his brows raise a little bit, and he kind of takes that that kind of kind of stance without saying anything. Um, smiles a little bit and nods and says, "I'd love that. Be more than happy to."
Go on, one.
Oh no, that's just it. Just yeah, I'd be more than happy to.
And then Eric will just say kind of like aloud and through signs so that way Longhorn can hear, understand as well. Just basically, well, it looks like we're all going to be fast friends, and this looks like will be a very interesting time for both parties. I look forward to this very much.
Sheila points herself and nods, basically saying, "Yeah, me too." um, Duncan kind of leaves. You guys are remain with like a bunch of people asking you dumb questions like, "Is it true there's something called coffee?
And now we know
What's
now we
Game
know
of
what to pronounce
Thrones?"
again next time.
These people know what fucking Game of Thrones are?
Yeah,
Oh,
like they're like, "What's Game of Thrones?
God.
What's Fortnite?"
Oh gosh. Najee just does all the dances. There you go.
Like
That's
Overwatch. They like talk about these things that like probably have some manifestations in dreaming. Like
hmm
people like has weird dreams about. They're like, yeah, like they know about these stuff. They some of them are like fought with creatures. They say like in those stuff.
hmm
Like one of the guys says like one of the guys are like says the red armors, wolf signs. Wolf signs are better. Wolf signs are more honorable. Which is like, wait, is that Game of Thrones?
the ah motherfucker.
One
Someone's
of the
fucking
guys is like, one of the guys is like,
Starks.
the,
House Stark.
the one of the guys says like, the Kraken, Kraken. But like there was just like weird conversations. They don't know. They never watch TV. That when it says that you guys say TV, they don't know. Like they look at you like, what's TV?
hmm
But they know some pop culture or like some things that belongs to pop culture because it has a representation in the dreaming.
hmm
People dreams about like Starks or like they watch Red Wedding and they get sad.
hmm
Like you guys find like they show you guys a cave, and in the cave there is like a like people cry, or like they get, it's like pain. It's they have this weird pain in them, but it's like you guys don't understand. But it looks like there was like, it seems like there was a vetting,
Mhm.
and people get attacked,
Mhm.
and they leave those emotions. That this cave has this so much emotional betrayal that it makes them like hear about these things. They draw, some of them draw what they saw.
Mhm.
Or let's give another example, because I just gave a bunch of examples out of Game of Thrones. Oh, see, like um, let's just say there were like axes. They like do axes, and like they start to like draw very amateurly, draw like two army fighting.
Mhm.
The There are like money signs, like dollar signs, but it's all about like
They're
what makes
gangsta.
like it's all about like what makes humans dream about, and like it's very easy to actually put two to two together. Like they live these denizens live in the deepest part of dreaming, where it keeps changing, and whatever dream this local area or people in this area sees, it affects their lives. So they, while they never seen some stuff, they know about like some of the pop culture stuff
Uh-huh.
without knowing what the fuck it really is. Like,
I think we all probably, take our turns in fielding all these questions and try to, accommodate them as best we can and sate their curiosity. I think
I
that's
mean,
more
it's
than.
really best if Donna doesn't try to answer these questions. She's just going to come up with the worst stories.
That's exactly why she should do it. Confuse them even more. But yeah, I mean, at least I know Eric will try to do his best to, be a people person as much as possible, and he kind of enjoys like the even though they might be kind of stupid questions, there's a like a very cute ignorance to it, like a child's like curiosity, in a sense, and he 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 can get behind that.
what does Locke shows this lady?
Um, he shows her like some of uh Duncan the sketches um of some of the landscape that they've been going over in their few days journey through this place. There's some other stuff, more complete works of different, vastly different landscapes. Some that look, most of them that look like urban, like from from the New York area in the autumn world. Um, but every once in a while, landscapes of a much more fantastical, whimsical nature.
She makes a like gives a brush as a gift that's made out of clay to Locke, as she tries to say like, "You opened my eyes."
He'll
Oh,
he'll offer like his pencil over to her in a space to like write if she knows how to write.
She like she writes, but what she writes is like she writes, but like you don't know this language.
Shit.
Like she makes like signs.
He he smiles a bit, and it's genuine, um, which is kind of weird if the others notice. But he yeah, and he nods and he accepts. He accepts the brush a little slowly, but appreciatively, and he kind of bows his head in thanks. It says, he says, "You honor me."
She nods and smiles, but she like pulls Duncan and like um Duncan actually like says the we when we arrived here, the it was demanded from us by the forest god that we sacrifice something for her. He like touches his like like he has like weird teeth.
Tusk.
The tusk, like his tusk is like one of them is broken. And she wanted to keep her hands, her eyes. Therefore she gave her tongue. Because she didn't need tongue to make clay. She misses to talk, but her passion is about making clays.
I see. I would love to see your work sometime.
Is it to the you said it to the Longhorn?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Longhorn nods and smiles again, and then like she brings like a bunch of like things that she made out of clay. Um, they're quite good actually. Like they're not like extremely professional, but like they're cool. Um, crows, lions. Um, the she has like a half work that like basically she is making for Cenarius, the forest god.
Hmm.
The recently she started to make a snake, but she didn't finish it.
So it looks like a turd.
Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, like there's a bunch of them. This bunch of them that she made, like mostly animals though, because she doesn't know more, like what to do more. There's like one tree, cups.
Yeah. Locke will take out one of the pages from his sketchbook. One of the city landscapes. It's kind of highlighting the skyscrapers, and he oh man. Uh, Before I do this, can I ask you what we have to do if we work against our seemings?
Uh, the seeming.
Yeah, the
The
Seelie and unseelie seemings, or legacies.
how do you like work against your unseelie legacy? I don't
Well,
understand that.
his unseelie legacy is rake, which means
Hmm.
he covets his things.
He does what?
He doesn't like to give other people his things. He doesn't
Oh,
like to share his things.
let me check it. I'm not very extremely sure, therefore I will check it.
No worries. Like, yeah.
I think you lose like a willpower or something. That like it's not like insane, like you die.
I was
Like
just seeing if it triggered like a banality roll or something.
no, I think like when you go against a ban. Actually, let me check the ban. Quest and a ban. Yeah, you basically lose a willpower.
That's fine. I'll lose a willpower.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he spends the willpower or loses it, whatever, and just kind of slowly. He takes a second to think about it, and he plucks this paper from his notebook and offers it over to her.
She kind of looks at Locke for a second. Her, like she is like not she beautiful. There's eccentricness about her, and she like gives that like very like affected smile and nods. The she actually like extends a hand to the lock.
He will gently take it.
She will get up and try to pull Locke to her chambers.
Oh man.
He will follow.
Okay. Let's RP that in the chat.
Mhm.
I'm kidding.
You know, if this is how I die, this is how I die.
No,
Hey
like
man,
you-
she ain't got no tongue. I wonder. Oh man.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn.
the basically the I don't know how to spell this guy's name, like Eomenides or whatever. They live their passions in like they always like pursue the higher forms of art and the higher forms of motion.
Oh,
So
Have
higher
fun with that.
forms of motion. Oh,
yeah,
The motion of the ocean. Okay. But yeah.
true
mean-
love and projective passion are true. They're true domain, and they inspire and reward them handsomely.
Well done.
So Locke
Well
was missing
done.
for like an hour.
Yeah, you're like missing for like a couple hours.
Ooh.
That's some strange right there.
Hey, I tell you what, Locke is all about it. He parties with satyrs. He parties with satyrs, and he keeps the company of strangers.
That's cool.
Donna.
Hi. Where's are you sending me?
Snake Lady.
Oh, so I get to hang out with the snake lady. Awesome.
She kind of like looks at you and says, "Are these food?" Pointing at Hedwig and the.
Yes,
Oh
yes.
no, Donna. Oh no.
I know. I'm gonna play it. It's fine. Yes, the foodiest of food, except they're my friends, and I would much prefer you didn't eat them.
You talk 2 languages.
She tilts her head.
Lie language and normal language.
She just nods. It is the way of my kind. It is how the dreaming made us.
I smell soothsay on you. As the dreaming also wishes you to be a seer?
She kind of ponders this because she's not sure how to lie in answer to that. Absolutely. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I kind of maybe feel led that way a little bit. John, has her one flaw ever actually happened yet?
Which one?
The
The one I forget all the time, the Bart's tongue? Yeah.
Yes.
I
It
fucking
has not
forget that shit all the time because.
Yeah, has it ever
it
happened
should
yet?
have flaw- No. I don't, yeah, probably. Yeah. Happened. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she'll just kind of lower her voice and say, sometimes I have to say things or hurt myself.
I had that pain as well. My duty is to Warsong, to keep them in a line under the leadership of Varric. I told Varric that we can help your people. You say the force attacks you. Then why not speak with the force god?
Because the forest god sent people to attack us once, I think. Or at least there were trees involved. It was very confusing.
I think I can summon force god here.
Do you think he could help?
The questions you seek is not here. The answers are not here. They are with the forest god. We don't know why your people suffers. We know we suffer.
And this is the same forest god that expected a sacrifice?
Cenarius expects sacrifices. If I need to summon Cenarius, I need a good gift.
What kind of gifts does he like?
It's the god of the forest. It's the god of the forest. What does a forest like?
Cotton candy.
What is cotton candy?
It is the sourest of fluffy candies.
You switch to your light language.
And she's gonna lean in closer to her, to her ear, and just be like, "If you ask a question, I have to."
She kind of looks like this. Like that look of error. She's like giving errors. Then she says, Forest likes strife and stories of strife. Forest likes creatures. Forest likes its ego.
It's ego?
Yes. Every year, we give something to Cenarius.
What do you usually give?
Heart of a beast that Warsong slays together. In the depths of dreaming.
So something big and scary.
Yes.
I might not be the best person to try to slay something big and scary. As she kind of looks down at herself and kind of pats her crossbow, which is still on her back, I assume.
It doesn't have to be something to slay. It's what we are good at.
Oh, okay. That's just an example.
No.
Are you talking puka language now?
Yes, I made a joke.
She grins. She's happy that she got these fae that she's never heard of to speak Pukanese. That's just amazing.
The Varric spends time. He comes near Eric
Mm-hmm.
and says, These three your people.
These three?
These two your people.
Mm-hmm.
You lead them.
Yes.
Then why let fools speak for you?
Sorry.
Hmm. Because in today, with the times that have changed, leadership, in a sense, is more dynamic than when it once was back in the old times. It had to expand, if that makes sense.
It doesn't. Leadership is leadership. The fool lies. The pisky are the messenger. Fool are pranksters.
But just like the Myra that you keep to your side for their wisdom, the Puka have their own. And they usually do not take very well to being called liars. They may not give you the answer you seek in the most blatant of terms, but you can go to them for the answers on most things, and you will come out more rich than you have going into that conversation, or going out of that conversation than you went in.
My people needs food. So, if I go talk with Donna, I will get food. Because you said rich.
Maybe rich was the worst term for that. Uh, he just kind of laughs. Donna, somebody like Donna, or somebody like your um, Myra, would most likely give you the best place to find a rich or the bounties that you look for. Maybe something specific. Maybe you don't want deer, you want elk. They might be able to give you that information. It's almost like the same situation here. She knew more about your people, so she spoke because she had the right to, because she knew what she was talking about. She had the wisdom.
I understand, but I disagree.
I guess it's the different worlds we live in. I understand where you're coming up to, but that is more primal than what I believe like our world consists of. Yes, we still have many that um, believe in the way that you do, probably in a lot more fanatic, or a lot more of a fanatic way. But at least I am an Autumn She. We are leaders, but we are also people.
What is
And
Autumn she? She is she. Give me that Arcadian hate that you reserve in your heart. Come on.
Autumn she are she that are more involved with. Another phone call. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's fine. We will switch to Locke.
Nope, BRB.
Oh shit, you are also BRB.
Sorry.
The Donna, is there anything you want to do?
She would actually ask this snake lady. What was her? Did they give a name for her other
No.
than being a marae?
No.
Okay.
She didn't say it.
She's just going to ask her. So, do you have a name I can call you?
Seer.
She nods. All right, Seer. I would like to show more respect by learning your language at some point. Then you wouldn't have to speak mine.
Okay. I
Would you
will
teach?
teach. If you teach me English.
She offers her hand. It's a deal.
She taps her staff twice and casts contracts,
Absolutely.
and then approves and appreciates the deal. We are binded now.
That was a little more formal than I needed, but that works. I would have trusted you.
This is the way dreaming wants us to do deals.
I understand.
Would you like to go back to the mind if I go back to the Eric?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Ron, you are with the Overic, and he is listening to you talking about Arcadian sheep.
Mm-hmm.
Autumn she is what?
Autumn she or she that are more involved with the people of the dreaming. Like we live and prosper with the people like the Puka or the Slua or the trolls. We are very people oriented. We're very good at letting others kind of step up and also be leaders, especially when it's something that they are good at. We're okay with that. Arcadian Shees are body snatchers that, live in a separate dimension of the whole separate section of the dreaming that impose their will on the rest of us, thinking that they're better by some kind of divine inherited right.
I wish I could hear this conversation.
Does anyone told you she from the old and you are different? You are more common.
I'm sorry?
You are more common now. I remember meeting you.
You remember meeting me specifically?
Yes.
Interesting. What was I like?
A bear.
I was a bear?
Baron.
I was a baron. Oh, excuse me. Well, that's very thoughtful.
We met in the past, but now you look more common. I don't understand why. Oh, we'll see, you know the answer. Because when Autumn she stayed, they become more human and more common. Arcadian she looks more alien to most commoners and the autumn she.
Oh, okay.
So he remembers you as a she, but now
Mhm.
you're Arcadian she. Pardon, now you're an autumn she. So
Mhm.
you actually do look more common, along with Locke, who's also an autumn she. The
Mhm.
Arcadians do look alien, and he remembers she as Arcadian. So like when he says you look more common, basically says like you look weird. You're
Gotcha.
changed.
Um, I believe what you're referring to is that when I believe it was the shattering that all that happened. Um, the she decided to run off to decided to leave. Oh, they left the dreaming, right? They went
They
someplace
they
else.
they left to Arcade. They
Yeah, they
left to
left to
Arcadia.
Arcadia. Excuse me. And people like me, the more common ones, we decided to stay with the rest.
The she you say ran from what? Monsters?
The the fear of the lessening of the dreaming.
But
The
you say ran. Only she ran, not commoners, not others.
hmm, not as far as my knowledge tells me. She wanted to preserve themselves as who they were. They did not want to give up what power and prestige and their gifts as much as some of us. And so they sealed themselves in Arcadia,
I know
protecting themselves.
Arcadia, but
You know Arcadia?
yes,
Have you
we
been there?
sieged. No, we sieged Arcadia,
Hmm.
but the she failed in being she, according to what you say.
Leadership is a very complex thing. You understand?
It's simple.
It can be in anybody's own eyes. I think it's simple that I lead by example by leading with the pack, so to speak, or leading with the others and getting my hands dirty with them and bleeding with them. Unlike the Arcadian She, who come from a crystal staircase and impose their will on others, thinking that it's their divine right to do so, with
It seems.
no way of proving that they uh, are capable of leading other than by their own word of mouth.
It seems Arcadians are the reason why the dreaming are angry.
Maybe I have no way to answer that, nor would I put that on them specifically.
If they don't act like leaders, then I will not respect them as leaders.
Hmm. Dante just kind of, I mean, Dante just kind of shrugs his shoulders, like, I mean, that's that's what he wants to do. Like, I would, I will respect your decision on that, but I would make sure you be cautious. Some Arcadian She are rather powerful and influential in their own right.
Ha! That's what he says.
I know that does not scare you, as you are the leader of the War Song clan. What would scare you? I'm just merely giving you advice from one friend to another.
Fire giants. I don't like fire giants.
I don't either. Fuck those guys.
I don't even fuck those guys.
You got some pita?
Did Duncan tell you? Because I have a whole bag. Like, I could probably feed your whole clan with this.
We feed our horses, our chimera with pita. Pita doesn't have meat.
Well, yeah, you're more than welcome to the pita.
We will go back to the lock after he had some fun.
Sorry if I ruined everything for you.
No, you're good, man.
Locke is an autumn sheep. He is not an Arcadian.
I got me some different pita.
Oh, right, you are Autumn She. I forgot about that. Okay.
No, he acts kind of Arcadian, yeah, but I'm trying to balance it. Yeah,
The Locke kind of like goes out of that room like very happy. He's like confidence is up.
Have you guys ever seen the Sims walk after they woohoo in like 3? In Sims 3? That's what I'm picturing.
There is this guy who is looking at Locke.
He kind of pauses.
Ha.
Is he like in the walking way?
It's in the walking way. It's a goat Fuad.
I think it's the goat.
Good evening.
You hear the call as well.
The call.
The dreams and nightmares.
At this very moment, or?
He shakes his head.
Oh. He kind of sobers up when the magic of woohooing wears off. He says, right. You've heard them as well.
He nods. He says, like, I saw a dream. I saw you're not like them. You're different.
If you had the same dream.
It's cold for me.
May I ask what it said to you?
Let them fear you, show no mercy.
I see. So it's only like-minded individuals that got the message.
It seems.
Have you followed the instructions?
No. I can't go to world. I talk with them in my dreams.
Nor have I. What do you think it means?
He says he is returning.
Do you believe it?
I do.
And what when he does?
I don't know who that guy is. That's exactly what he says.
He's no good.
I will keep it in mind. You want some smoke? He has a pipe that he like smokes.
He looks at it for a second. And then he smiles a little bit. And offers his hand out.
He gives you the pipe for you to smoke.
And yeah, is it already lit?
Yeah, you smoke it, right? Like you will smoke it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tea that you guys brought here.
Probably probably doesn't taste very good.
Yeah, it does. He says like it's tight.
It's diet.
No, it's tight. You know, like when like you smoke weed.
Oh,
it says, like,
Make for some good bong water, though.
it's potent.
Yeah.
Offers it back over.
He takes it back. I would like to move the scene to Donna for the last time, and then I will continue doing the scene in a weird way.
Mhm.
Donna, we moved from you to talk. Like, do you want to talk with more people, or like more with this lady? Because we kind of cut you in half.
It's okay. Mostly she wanted to talk to her. She's basically offered to just to make sure I'm clear on all this, 'cause it's been a little cut up for me, you know. So she's pretty much offered to help by conjuring the forest god there to see if he might help, right?
Yes, but like she
But there's a
says that you
cost.
guys need to bring a gift to the forest god. A
A,
tribute.
a big gift.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, then she's pretty much taken note of that. She now that we've come here once, hopefully we can find her again as long as we came in a group, because she's not coming by herself. But yeah, she's just the only thing she would do now is actually ask if, as we're trying to figure out the language thing that we've already made a deal on, is if maybe we could exchange information about each other, you know, about their cultures. If she'd willingly at least give some basic information, and she would too. It would be as even of a trade as she can offer.
She says, "I will talk with Varric." Next time you come here, I will have a response for you.
Okay. I don't need anything that would be strategic importance or military stuff. I just want to understand.
She nods.
I understand you want to stay safe. I wouldn't give any of that stuff to you either.
She nods again. Doesn't say anything. There is a big dinner prepared for three of you, where they will feed you the deer that they cut recently. Not not like raw. They will cook the the deer.
Thank you.
Is there anything you guys want to do before returning?
Well, I'm pretty happy.
I feel like possibly Locke might be the happiest.
Yeah.
He's very casual about it.
When the dinner happened, the Locke's friend actually sit near Locke.
Longhorn sits next to him?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Oh yes.
Should marry that.
She's like, when we're going to marry.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh. About that. I've been summoned for war, and I don't know if I'll return.
Oh no! Oh no!
When it's time for leaving, you guys see, like, everyone is gathered, the village is gathered. But the Varric says, "It was a pleasure to have you treat in our tribe. The war song will tell the story for generations."
It's been a pleasure. You made us feel as if we were one of your own, and we will always keep this memory and treasure this memory within our minds and in our hearts.
To that, I can attest.
Especially Locke.
Donna will just say, I understand that there might perhaps be some discomfort where we come from for you. But if you are ever there, you're welcome in my home.
Thank you.
Mine as well. That is very yes. That is I. He just puts his arms out the door like, yes, her. What she said.
Thank you. These are good gifts.
Enjoy the glitter.
Thanks.
I really think you should give him the mark of the warrior with the glitter.
We will use it in the next raid.
I want this so bad. She will just sort of bow a little bit and say, "It's an honor."
They will truly fear you.
You will be fabulous.
You guys fear, like, pardon, not fear. You guys hear voices from behind your back. There's like 9 guys with another person who's riding a raptor.
Oh,
is
Jesus.
there.
Yeah.
The guy who is there is like has this mask. He seems very intimidating. This was the guy who attacked you guys and shot Sir Averick on with his bow. The soldiers are like, they have like armors and like black armors that they go like in front of him. And he says, Varric, my old friend, what are you doing with our enemies in your camp? The Varric steps in front. Motherfucking Duncan steps in front. Duncan is like Duncan says some shit that you guys don't understand, but like from the sounds of it, it's like, let me at him, motherfuckers, let me at him, like that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like the fucking the seer is like, Duncan, shut up, stop, Duncan, stop, no. The Tulane is they're ugly, they're brutes. They seem to have this weird feeling about them that they're like evil. The Varric says, our deal does not mention them. We give what is needed to give into Cenarius. Be careful there, Varric. Cenarius might not always protect you. We pay our tribute. You will not touch them. My lord says otherwise. He wishes to have the captives. Tell your lord we serve Cenarius and not him. Cenarius allows us to make deals with who we want. We heed Cenarius's wishes, not your lord's. I will tell him your words. As he pulls his raptor, and that the soldiers, they fuck off. I will send Duncan with you. to leave along with 2 of my finest warriors. They will not touch you while we serve Cenarius.
Thank you,
That'll
sir.
be most appreciated. If you don't mind, what's the name of her lord?
It would be dishonorable of me to choose a side.
No, he just asked for what the name was.
My lord, my the I don't think it will be choosing a side a given name, my lord, as the snake woman says. And Duncan is like, yeah, it's just a name.
Lots of power in the name.
The Varric takes a deep breath and says, Sigwald. His name is Sigwald.
Hmm.
He owns a castle, a fortress, powerful stronghold.
Does it move?
What is this fool saying again?
Does it move?
Is it a human thing? Does the homes move now?
Some do, technically. Depending. If you want to be... It's very complicated.
It is complicated, but no, it doesn't move.
Yeah, because Donna will look not at the person who does apparently thinks he's too good to be addressed by her, but towards Eric at this point, and she'll say, I have seen a place that had a lot of Feline that were guarding it, but it wasn't there the last time I went.
The last time you went.
I was looking for someone, and we chose not to go in because it was rather... Well, there weren't good chances of us surviving. 2 of us versus a lot of them. So I was wondering if that was his place.
In the No-Cathane lands?
No. Accidentally, yes.
The Longhorn comes near Locke, gives a heart made by clay.
It considered a wedding band.
Oh shit. Locke's a little sheepish about it, but he says, "Oh, how kind of you. What's this?"
Oh yeah, she knows. She can hear. Never mind. But she'll interpret for him so she can talk.
She just points her heart.
Aww. She's giving you her heart.
She loves you.
Yeah, Donna's just watching this like, oh, this could be bad.
I'm a shot. I don't want to be mean.
It's okay. Accept it.
I'll call you.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
She kind of looks at Duncan. Duncan is like, phone. You don't have a phone. She looks like she doesn't understand what the fuck is going on. She's just like, okay, I did what I had to do.
Well,
and like she goes back to like the behind her leader.
Oh wait, no.
Yeah, she stays.
Locke will it. Yeah, wait, hang on. Has she already fucked off yet, or no?
She didn't. It's fine.
Oh yeah, Locke will take her hand, and just look over to Duncan for a second, and then back to her and say, "We'll visit again someday." And I look forward to it.
She nods. Doesn't say anything, and then like returns to her hoard. Would you guys like to end the scene there with everyone going back home with protection?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
We will end the scene there with everybody returning home, being watched by crows for some quite a long time. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, guys, for watching. See you next time.